Joining us right now from the Tennessee Titans is the leading man right in the middle of their defense. Jeffery Simmons is here on the program. How are you? I agree. This is an applause line. I didn't get a harumph out of you, Jay. What's going on, man? You're just too busy riding faders over there?
Oh, yeah. I was waiting to make sure the volume was
careful.
good.
He's locked in.
Good to see you, Jeffrey. How are you?
Pleasure.
We've never met before, but I've seen your work.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to see you as well. You're from Louisiana? That's where you're from?
Yes, sir. Originally from Louisiana.
What's the name of the town you're from?
Small town called Gina, Louisiana. I moved to Mississippi as a kid.
Okay.
So a lot of people ask me where I'm from. I just tell them Mississippi because pretty much grew up in Mississippi my whole life.
How old were you there when you moved there?
I want to say like 4 years old when I first moved to Mississippi. So.
All right. So you're a Louisiana native, but pretty much from Mississippi.
Pretty much.
And that's where Mississippi State found you?
Yes, sir.
Did they come to start looking you up pretty much from jump or what?
I want to say it was my 10th grade year when Mississippi State was my first offer. Going into my 10th grade year. It was a summer. I went to a football camp, and so after that camp, that's when I got my first offer.
Okay, so hold on a minute. So you're a sophomore in high school.
I was a sophomore.
You had yet to play it down as a sophomore in high school.
Oh my
It was just football camp.
So you went to a football camp prior to your sophomore year of high school.
Yes, sir.
And Mississippi State says, how'd you like to be offered?
They offered me as
I did not get an offer before camp.
You did not?
I did not get one.
You didn't get not even summer camp?
I went to
not
camp.
Even summer camp?
I went to football camp. No offers.
I got offered by Camp Locondo once. That's what I got offered.
Yeah.
I got offered to not come back.
Glenn Spade. Back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network. I'm sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk furnished by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. The Tennessee Titans defensive lineman extraordinaire Jeffery Simmons is here, and just bringing the radio audience up to speed when we're just chatting in the Roku channel only segment. You said you were offered prior to your sophomore year of high school by Mississippi State.
First offer.
What was your size, height, and weight at that point in time?
I probably was like maybe like 6'3", maybe 6'2", 6'3", but I was real light at the time because I played stand-up DN, so I really didn't start gaining the weight until like going into my senior year. So I was right around, I want to say maybe like 260 my sophomore year, maybe. But my junior year, I probably like 270, and then I played right around 275, 280 my senior year of high school.
Okay, all right.
So yeah.
So when did you realize that you could play football particularly well?
I started early, man. Like it was, I have an older brother who 2 years older than me, and I remember going to his football practice one day, and I was like, I want to play football. And that next day, the coach was like, come back to practice. I was 5 years old, and he was 7 years old. The league started at 7. It was 7 to 8 was the first team there, first age group. I remember going to his practice, and I was like, I want to play football. And I kept going and just messing with the coach, like, I want to play football. And I started playing football at the age of 5. And as you grow love for the game of football, and especially as a kid, that's all we used to do. Especially as a kid in my household, it was just me and my brother. We used to go in the backyard and just put on our shoulder pads and helmet, and we used to have this big patch tree. And tell everybody the story. We used to have this big patch tree, and we used to just run into the tree and run into each other sometimes. But man, it was just, I want to say like right around the Pee Wee football time, like I want to say my 11 and 12-year-old. Around that age, where I really I think I was like, yeah, I really, really love the game of football. And from that, I guess, age on, like it just been the love for me. So
I'm just trying to shake my own memory tree here, Jeffery Simmons. Were you in the green room for the draft?
I wasn't.
I was not.
I wasn't.
And it was in Nashville, right?
It was. So I was actually, I stayed back in Starkville with my family for the draft. So
what was that night like for you?
That night?
Yeah, what was that like?
Oh, it was. It's crazy because that video came back up. I want to say maybe a month ago. Maybe around the draft when it first. I think the Titans reposted it, and it's just every time I watch that video, I get chills because it's like the journey. Everyone have their own journey and their story, and it's just like when I don't know if you like. I tore my ACL training for the draft. Like a week before the combine, and it's like I didn't know what was going to happen. leading to the draft. I didn't know, you hear these teams say, you are a guy, we really want you. Like, we looking at you to drop you here at this pick. But it's like that whole night, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm sitting there with my family, and at the 19th pick, I was thinking at the end of the 18th pick, I get a phone call. It said Nashville, Tennessee. Man, it just, all the emotion just came over, and like I said, that's one of the feelings that, it's like no other. So being drafted that night, especially just being there with my family, that right there just meant the most to me. Just to, it wasn't all the, sometimes you watch the draft videos, you see all the hooping and hollering.
Yeah,
it was like everybody was just, it was like one of them really relieved moments right there. So
19th overall draft choice, and then you get on a plane to Tennessee. Pretty much every other first rounder that was there got on a plane to get out.
Well, definitely.
And just you had to be sitting at home watching that scene. I just remember I'm getting goosebumps just even remembering and just turning around and seeing sometimes just the sight of Lower Broadway just packed with people.
Oh,
and what a scene that was. And
when I got in that. Because it was Thursday night. First round.
Friday night was the same thing.
Yeah, so when I got there Friday morning, I'm like, just no way. And then we was supposed to went to dinner, but we did go to dinner that Friday after I got done with all the media.
Right.
I'm like, how can I move around here right now? And great thing I didn't go to Broadway, because I probably would have got stuck down there for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
I believe there's a Tim McGraw concert that night.
Yeah.
It was lit. I mean, that's what it would look like if you bring a championship there.
And that's the goal, man. I been preaching that. We just trying to find the right thing, find the right pieces, and just find how can we get back to the winning side of it. And I think this the year for sure.
Well, I mean, you're a huge part of that, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to have you. When I heard you were here, Jeffery Simmons here on the Rich Eisen Show. And in all honesty, the reason, when I heard you were here. I'm a fan of watching what you do and how you go about it. And I just wanted to see what a bad man looked like up close and personal.
Yes, I appreciate it.
And you strike me as very, calm and cool right now. Yeah. What happens on a game day?
It's like a switch. Everybody says it's a switch. And it just, man, it's like when I turn it on the field, it's like, it's different. I don't, everybody, if you ask into some of the players around the league who the like one of the probably biggest smack talker on the field.
Yes.
They'll probably say me, especially.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why would they say you?
Because I talk a lot.
So you admit this?
Yeah, I admit it. Like, okay. I would say I admit it. And sometimes it can get reckless. But I don't mean, I tell people, like, a lot of guys see me off the field and they're like, you totally different on the field. But I'm like, that's who I am on the field. Like, it's a flip. It's a switch that flip. And it's like, to me, I have to feed my family. When I'm on the field, I don't have friends. I got guys who I played with in college that I'm really close with. But if I can get to play, I was just at my guy Elton Jenkins' camp that played for Green Bay. We got them the third game of the season. Like, we not friends on the football field. And that's just how I go about it, man. Like, it's that switch for me.
When you say reckless, what do you mean reckless? Jeffery Simmons.
Sometimes it's just anything will come out. Like,
well, I mean,
I don't know. Like,
family?
Maybe not family. Sometimes.
Okay, looks. Like,
yeah,
looks?
I can really get under people's skins where they could go and tell the referee sometimes.
They'll complain to the refs about your words, like words, the sticks and stones and all that.
Oh, most definitely. I didn't have the ref come to me and was like, "You have to calm it down." Like, I didn't. This, like, maybe and sometimes the ref probably heard me like, really talking smack. Sometimes, like, he was like 9-8, like, calm down, like.
So somebody like actually went to the principal's office and complained about Jeffery Simmons' language.
It's been like that a couple times. Yeah.
Do we know a player that actually did it?
Yeah, I'm not really going. I'm not going to do that.
But you do know the player who actually went to the ref.
Most definitely.
Was it Tua? Tua complained.
Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Was it him? No, I'm just no.
Who's that?
No, but was it a lineman?
Oh, it's most definitely be the lineman.
A lineman.
Because I mean, I don't really see. I mean, I'm in the trenches, so.
But do you get to the quarterback?
I do, but
do you say something once you get to the quarterback?
They didn't. I mean, like I'm playing against a Joe Burrow. He'll brush me off sometimes. Like, I'll try to talk smack to him. I get to his linemen because I know if I could get to his lineman, I could get to him. if I could talk smack to his lineman, get in their head, I'm about to beat you now. Now I'm finna get you to your quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think you can get Burrow because he's not only just like a cool, but
that's the thing. Like,
am I mistaken? Did he tweet out at one point that taunting should be allowed? Didn't he tweet that out once upon a time?
I agree because it's like as a kid, like I made a play, I could flex at you, I could like point at you, and now you getting a 15-yard penalty plus a FedEx.
Yeah,
so.
Joe Burrow did tweet, "Let the guys taunt."
Yeah, let the guys taunt.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's do that. Did you see how he was walking?
Did you see how he was walking? I'm not a big fan of that open back thing.
No? Because if he says to taunt,
I'm for sure.
We've got the
video.
video.
See him this year. I'm asking why his jersey not cut open in the back.
Is that what you can say to him?
Yeah, no, that's kind of like I would never do that. I mean, it's Fashion Week though, so everything different.
By the way, I mean, if they gave this jacket to you, they could probably create another suit out of the material they've cut out of the back.
Yeah, that's like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay,
not wearing that.
So that's what you'd say to him, like you would.
No, most definitely. I gotta like when we play him this year, like I gotta say something about that.
All right.
Jeffrey, what kind of trash talker are you, though, bro? Are you the type who go through the program, kind of pick up on some family type stuff? Are you just like cursing at him? Or are you trying to hurt him mentally, too? Like, what do you do?
I'm not going to say I haven't never said nothing like family wise, but like I'm also like, I want to find something that I know, like, that, you know, when you say something, you hear guys like, or you see guys like look at me kind of weird. So that's when I know I got them. But like, I don't know, man.
So you do
I
research
ain't
a
lie
little
to you.
bit.
I just whatever come to mind, that's what I say.
But you're not trying to make him laugh, right?
No. I'm trying to defeat you.
Right.
So when I say something to you, I want you to like be like,
you want to hurt.
Yeah, I want. Yeah.
See, this is another reason why I wanted to have you here, because you, Jeffery Simmons, week 1 of the National Football League season, will be the first human being on the other side of the line of scrimmage
Painted nails
in a game
Painted nails.
I can't wait to say that to him.
for Caleb Williams.
Most definitely.
So
That's
you've
gonna
got
be-
that planned?
Oh, it's gonna be one of them games. Especially, I mean, he probably get smack talk to his his teammates right now. But like it's gonna be, especially a game like that. My first game, like of course I missed the last end of the season.
Right.
It's gonna be the first game of the season. They got us coming to Chicago. All the hype gonna be around them, of course. So it's like that's going. I think when especially like even primetime games, because you know everybody I wish I would have played the Miami game, but like everybody count Tennessee out,
right?
Which we all know. And a game like Chicago, I'm sure they thinking we about to get beat out the like bad. So that also make me even talk more smack and boost me up a little more, make me get in a different mode as well. So I'll be in a different mode that game.
Well, speaking on behalf, if I may, of the national media, of which I am a part, there's no doubt in my mind that entire game leading up to it will be all about the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, and Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze, and what the Bears have done to get Caleb Williams all set up. And you guys will be absolutely an afterthought. There's no doubt in my mind about it.
Most definitely.
And I would say that to you with no conviction at all.
I get it. When you got a first-round pick like Caleb Williams himself, which is a great player. Watch him a couple games when he was at USC, and he's a hell of a player. But it's a different league, and I'm excited to play him the first game.
Well, because I'm sure you're well aware of what's going on in the rest of the sports world right now, say with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, right?
Yep,
and how there's a lot of players in that grown woman league
for sure
that has been eager to welcome her to the professional ranks.
Most definitely.
And you kind of are going to be the guy that could lead the forefront to do that to Caleb Williams.
That's like the goal. Like that's my mindset. Then again, I really don't care who it may be.
Sure.
If it could be, Tom Brady, first game of the season. I want to go out there and set the tone, not just for him, but for who we are trying to be as a defense and as a team in Tennessee. So, but but like you said, it is one of them games where his real first NFL game, and just hopefully, we're not out to hurt no one, but at the same time, our goal is to get to him, and it's like you said, welcome him to the NFL.
It's interesting you mentioned Brady's name because if I'm not mistaken, you in your rookie season were part of the team that ended his Patriots tenure, correct?
Yeah, that was like one of the best feelings. Like that game, I remember that game was actually Logan Ryan who
picked it off.
Picked it off, and I think he scored on that
pick
play
six
as well.
to end
pick
it,
six to end the game, and that was like, that year we went to the AFC Championship and everything. Like as a rookie, I'm like, I'm living in heaven right now, thinking I'm about to go to the Super Bowl, but of course lost to the Chiefs that year. But that year it was like, like I said, I came in hurt, so I think I started playing in like week 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I got to that point, it was a playoff game right there, playing against the Patriots. It's like I'm playing against Tom Brady as a rookie right now.
Vrabel must have been out of his mind in that locker room after that game.
It's like every time we get to play somebody like, of course, like the Patriots, when Vrabel was there, and the Steelers, of course, it was the Steelers to play with.
Right.
It's like everything was different leading into that game week. His mindset, the way he was, like, the intensity was up a little more, especially against the Patriots.
What's Brian Callahan like now that you're post Vrabel, which is kind of surprising for a lot, but
it's the culture is different. I would say, and not in a bad way,
sure.
in a great way. Every coach is different. His coaching style is totally different from Vrabel. I haven't experienced a lot of his coaching style yet because I really didn't participate in minicamp, but just by being in the meetings rooms. It's gonna be good. I feel like with him, I think he's very more like, I guess, teachy, especially from a head coach, because he's actually gonna be one of the ones who calling some of the plays on offense. So just being in them meetings, like, yeah, he's very direct, especially what he wants from his offense. But then you got guys like Denard Wilson, who I'm around in the defensive meeting, and just to see how he coach, his energy is like no other. I'll be in the meeting, in the defensive meeting, trying to learn the playbook. I'm like, let's go play football right now, because his energy and the way he wants his defense to play, it's like, that's how I want to. That's the type of defense I want to be in. So.
Well, I got to tell you, I knew you talked about the defensive side of the ball, but that wide receiver room, nobody's talking about. Calvin Ridley took the cash, and he's coming to you.
Oh, definitely.
And that's DeAndre Hopkins. That's D-Hop.
Yep.
And that's still D-Hop. Let's be straight, okay?
Yes.
And then Tyler Boyd coming with the coach from Cincinnati, and his dad Bill is one of the best at what he does.
Yep.
It kind of makes it feel like the quarterback comes along. You guys are going to be sneaking up on some people this year.
I'm excited, man. I was I was talking to one of my family members. I'm like, he was like, they said Will this and that. I'm like, man, you watch guys like Will prepare. His Will, like, wanted to be great, especially with a new offense. You can see guys like him getting frustrated. That especially when you're trying to learn a new offense. But like you said, he have the pieces around him now. With he already had D-Hop. Another guy who I'm also excited to see in that room this year is Traylon. He's been having like that up and down, with the injuries.
Traylon Burks.
And a lot of guys, a lot of people count him out. And from as far as I'm watching OTAs and I'm watching minicamp, this is gonna be one of his years. And I think it's just having guys like Coach Callahan and around him and his new offense, and now you got another veteran like Tyler Boyd with D-Hop that could kind of help him, and Captain just to help him mold a little bit better, especially as a young player. I'm excited to see our offense score a lot of points.
Yeah, and Tajay Sharp with Tony Pollard in the running back room. Is it weird without Derrick Henry though?
I wouldn't say weird, but it's different. Not being able to. You get on social media, you see him in his purple tutu, and it's like, man, he gone. But now it's like
purple tutu. Is that what you're referring to, the Ravens uniform?
I can't. It's sometimes just like, man, he in this Raven uniform. I'm just like, But nah, man, it's like when you walk into the building and it's like, man, like, you know, we also I'm very like big on Tajay though. Tajay, him and of course Tony Pollard. Like when Tajay came in, I was a big fan of his when he first came in.
Oh yeah.
I think them two gonna be a 1-2 punch for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what you do this season. I'm so glad that you were free to come in here and that we got a chance to meet. And I had all these questions about the Titans and obviously your first assignment. I cannot wait to give a listen to, because you know the centers are mic'd. I can't wait for the first snap of the first game of Caleb Williams' professional regular season career. Just keep my ear peeled to hear painted nails.
Yeah,
painted fingernails. Is that what it's gonna? Is that the plan?
I'm not going.
Okay,
it's gonna come out, but it's not probably gonna come out as clean as you said it. But especially because that, you know how everything. Be in a different mode on the field.
Understood.
I've been in a different mode.
Right now, it's just the two of us talking in a late June in the studio in Los Angeles. But when it's a Chicago September day,
and it's not going to be cold, so I ain't going to have nothing else to worry about.
Okay.
Play football.
Fantastic. Jeffery Simmons, what a pleasure. Thank you for doing this. We'll look for my calls during the season. Let's chat when you're playing, and whenever you're in LA, just let me know.
Will do. I appreciate your.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.